What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need in life to get ahead. Now, this video is going to be basically off a story time of my own personal life. You know, a lot of people like to keep their flaws hidden, things, that they don't like to expose, you know what I'm saying, to the world, hidden, and nobody ever knows. And that's fine, it's some things that you're going to take to the grave with you, and there's some things, that you can help put out there to the world in case anybody is feeling like it has only happened to them. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be one of them times. This is going to be a 3-part series because this is a very long story to tell. And this video is going to be based on how the first time my mama found out that I was into women, I was getting head in the back of a car. So make sure you follow to the end of this video so you can figure out that it's not the devil and you're not crazy just because you like the same sex. It's much deeper than that. So, for starters, let me get into how this all started. I'm 16 years old at the time. And, I lost my virginity at 14, and I had ended up having dealings with males before that, but it just didn't do anything for me. Like, it just was not something that gave me satisfaction. I think I was really doing it to benefit the men, and me, in search of love at that time, did it because I thought that by doing that, this person would actually want to really get to know who I am. And that wasn't the case. So after you have a few run-ins with that, your mind, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, starts to transform the older that you get, right? And if you're not okay with some things, you won't do them. And if you are, then, it is what it is. I had started smoking weed around the age of 14, so I was already getting lit. I was 16 at the time. It was summertime. And I had already been at my godmom's house, who lived in the north. I'm from Sacramento, so she in the north by Arden Mall. And she's a prostitute at this time. And so because she has a daughter, I'm the one watching her daughter. And my mom going through, some emotional stuff she was going through at the time. She decided to go stay with my auntie in Vallejo. And I didn't want to stay out there. I didn't want to go to school out there. So it worked out both ways. While I watched my godmom's daughter, I was able to stay at her house and go to school. And that's when I started my year at Encina. Now, before we get into all that, let me just say, my junior year at Encina was the best high school year I had ever had in my life. Like, it was so fun. I got to do so many things there. I went to prom. It was like the highlight of my life that school year. I experienced a lot of things, met a lot of cool people. It was dope. Start the school year at my godmom's house. My mom comes down from Vallejo, you feel me, and she enrolls me in Encina. Now, mind you, schools in Sacramento should all be on the same hype, meaning you shouldn't be able to go to one school in one part of town and then go to another school in a different part of town, and their credit system is different. So if you are on the regular curriculum of high school and then you go to a school like Encina, which is a preparatory high school, their credit system is different. When I got to Encina, coming from McClatchy, I was already behind credits due to the way that Encina's credit system was set up, which was crazy. But when I was a sophomore, I had passed the high school exit exam the first time. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, y'all didn't put this test in place for people to pass to get out of high school. You know, around me being a sophomore, I think I was 15, around that time, they had implemented the high school exit exam, meaning you had to pass this test in school to be able to get your diploma. Even if you had all your credits, you know what I'm saying, you had to pass this test. Mind you, I was lit that day. You went to school, the test was issued, I passed the test, flying colors the first time. So in my mind, when I got to Encina, I'm thinking like, you know what? Already, I'm like, you know, I know I'm not gonna have all the credits I need to graduate on time, but I took the high school exit exam. So in my mind, I felt like that was good enough for me. But it comes with a whole different set of instructions when you get to school. Anyway, so my mom signs me up for this school in Encina. Man, I start there, right? But at the same time, I'm managing staying at my godmom's. But at this school, I'm trying to find my way still at the same time. Like, I don't think people realize when you are a teenager and you go to a school, the people that you instantly have a connection with is because they connect or mirror something to you on a soul level that relates to you. Time I went to a school, I was like alone or kind of stuck to myself. But for whatever reason, it would just be these few set of girls, you know what I'm saying, that I would have a very deep connection with right off the bat. That's what happened. And it was a few select girls that we was cool with right off the back, exchange numbers, you know what I'm saying? We would go to the movies, we would chill, we would be the little clique at school, right? One day I got out of school and I'm at my godmom's house and I'm washing dishes. Somebody called my phone, right? They like, whoop de whoop, like you at school. You know, mind you, this is a girl at the time. And people would be like, you know, you can't be born into the same sex. But I beg to differ. I believe that when we are born with our ancestors' history already in our system. And as you go through life, you create your own personal identity by figuring out what you're into and what you're not into without the judgment of others. But sometimes it takes people so long before they get to that point that you can really never figure out who you truly are. So being the fact that I believe that that's the case, I believe that I was the one that was born that took a liking to women. I don't think that was by accident. I don't think that, you know, it just mysteriously happened. And I don't think it's the work of the devil. In my mind, I believe that somewhere down my lineage, like way before I was born, due to the fact that the women didn't have control in those days, the men did, because they were the ones going to work, paying the bills, making sure the kids is fed, that gave them every opportunity to treat the women however they wanted to treat them, because they were the sole providers, meaning they marry a woman, they have kids with her, and if they want to cheat, that's okay because they're the one bringing the money in. If they want to, you know, have multiple sexual partners, that's fine too, because we're the one bringing the money in. And without us bringing the money in, there would be no one to take care of the household or take care of the kids. And because that was the law in those days, I believe a lot of women accepted their fate when it came to that. But at the same time, they linked up with other women who were going through the same thing. And when you form an energetic connection with a woman that has experienced the same thing as you, sometimes you grow a sexual connection. And I believe way before I was even thought of, it was women in my bloodline that was hooking up with each other. But it was taboo. And it wasn't okay for them to do, so they hid it. They hid it. But they kept doing it, and they hid it. Until at some point, someone in the bloodline has to be born and accept the secrets of the past and make it come to the forefront. And I believe I was that one. So, in my mind, I was completely comfortable with liking women. It was completely natural and completely comfortable to me. And I used to question it because I used to be like, why is everyone in my family heterosexual, but I'm the only one that was born and I have a liking towards women so much, not necessarily men. I don't think that's by accident. They called me on the phone. You feel me? I'd already formed my clique of girls at this school that was hanging out. We exchanged numbers. Somebody called me and was like, hey, whoop-de-whoop like you, right? And I'm not going to mention no names because we still talk to this day as in friends. And I don't want to put nobody's business out there. You know what I'm saying? But if they see this video, they probably know who I'm talking about. They're like, hey, whoop-de-whoop like you, da-da-da-da. But on the phone, we laughing about it. I'm laughing with them about it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? She's gay. We're going to go to gym class and we're not going to, change in the bathroom because we're not gay. And you know what I'm saying? This is what we saying on the phone. And I'm participating in the conversation. But the whole time I'm thinking in my mind, you feel me? What y'all fail to realize is I think whatchamacallit is cute. But I'm not going to tell none of them that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm participating in the conversation. So once the conversation was over and we figured that out, for whatever reason, she called one of them or whatever, or found out from one of them, and they called me. So I found out. So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop is cute. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm with it. So I go to school that next day, right? We all got gym class together. Now, since the big secret is out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. It's like everybody looking at each other trying to figure out what everybody gonna do. I'm just regular, just natural, And once I found that whoop liked me, that made for a stronger bond for us to already have. So now we engaging in more conversations now. We having more talks now. We getting to know each other more. I don't know why it started off like that, but that's how it was, And due to the fact of this girl still figuring herself out, we didn't even talk that long. We talked for maybe I say probably not even a week, maybe a couple days. But during this couple days, it was Valentine's Day, right? So I went to the Walgreens that's on Alta Art and across from the McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? And I got some Kiss Kiss bears and some cookies, I think, to give her for Valentine's Day. And you in high school at the time, so you don't give them directly to the person that you talking to. You had somebody else do it, and that's what I did. And I don't know if that was showing too much love. It's something made you not feel comfortable, whatever the situation or the case was. But after that, that's when she was like, you know what, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm over here messing with whoop-de-whoop. I'm not gonna say his name. You feel me? And in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. But in the process of that, she is like, look, I got somebody else I want you to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm already with it. I'm already on this train, and I like it. I really do, because the boys my age around that time, all they wanted to do was hunt. And I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for somebody that I could really get to know in this time period in my life. I'm like, all right, cool. So the girl that I ain't talking to no more, we actually end up becoming best friends. Okay? And so she like, I got somebody else want to hook you up with. I'm like, all right, cool. She from Oakland. Right? So while we at Encina, we going to school, we getting more closer and closer bond. But in the process of that, this girl that she has said she gonna hook me up with has affiliation with Encina. But I was 16 and she was 18. So she was already out of school. So what happened was, my best friend was like, I'm about to, you feel me, call her. She came up from Oakland and met me outside of Encina. I don't know, for whatever reason, I was excited. Like, I was really excited because we had a bunch of, you feel me, little chit chats on the phone prior to that. And in my mind, I felt like, you feel me, she was really interested in me. You get what I'm saying? So we meet up outside of Encina. We go back to my best friend's house. We chilling, we hanging out. It's crazy because somebody took a picture of us. I don't know where that picture is right now to this day, but I was sitting on her lap and I was extremely uncomfortable, you know. But I have a sharp memory. I could remember exactly what she looked like. She had color contacts in, had on some South Pole shorts, a South Pole shirt, you feel me, and I think some Nikes, you know. And it wasn't an instant connection like that, but it was more so like, let me see what you hollering about. But what she was telling me was, oh, I'm from Oakland. She was chilling with, you feel me, her little nigga partners, and you know what I'm saying, all they do is run trains on women and whoop de whoop whoop whoop. So as she's telling me this, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck have I got myself into? You know? But after the initial meetup that day, we exchanged numbers. And the conversation started to be the type of conversations they talk about now, where, you know, you stay up all night talking on the phone until you fall asleep on the phone. We was having them type of conversations. And over the time of having those conversations on the phone with somebody, you form a closer bond with them. That just goes for anybody. And so we on the phone day and night, night and day. You feel me? We falling asleep on the phone, you know, listening to each other breathe on the phone. You know, that old high school love, you know? And so in the process of this, we're getting closer. Mind you, I'm 16, she's 18, but she's only a year and a half older than me. My mom thought it was such a big deal. She was so much older than me. She's not. She's only a year and a half. I don't think that's a very big age difference, you know? But she's already driving already. And she would make sure that she come to me and where I'm at to see me. Like, she pushed the extra mile. You feel me? Aside from the long phone conversations on the phone and her really getting to know me and know my background and, you know what I'm about, the initiative to make sure that she would come through and be there for me was so strong. So at this time, my mom came back from Vallejo, so I didn't finish the year at Encina. By this point, I had already went back to my grandma's, and I started going back to McClatchy. In the transition of this, I am I am walking from McClatchy to my grandma's house because it's not that far of a walk, right? Me and this girl had been going strong at this point, you know, no sexual encounter or nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? She really gave it space and time and opportunity to get to know me before we jumped to that. Like, believe it or not, she taught me a lot on how, in her mind, someone is supposed to be treated, and in my mind, how I think all women think women should be treated. But because of the fact that I was talking to a woman, that's just what it was, you know? So this particular day, oh my goodness, I was lit as hell. And I had just got out of school at McClatchy, and I'm getting ready to go to my grandma's house. But in the process, she called me and was like, I'm about to meet you at the light rail. You know what I'm saying? 4th Avenue, Wayne Hokren. That's the light rail station name. You know, she like, I'm going to meet you up there, da, da, da. Mind you, she's already out of school already. I'm still going to school. You know what I'm saying? So she like, I'm going to meet you up there. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? She meets me up at the light rail station. Now, as we're walking back to my grandma's house, I have a friend with me that also lives on 2nd Avenue where my grandma stays. So we walk from McClatchy back to my grandma's house all together. So as we're walking, the girl that I'm with is really like hell bent on tasting the coochie. Like, she is whispering in my ear. She is telling me all these things. She is like, listen, I am ready today. It's a force to be reckoned with. I need it right now today, right? So in my mind, I'm like, whatever. I'm not even tripping. I got my little CD player on. I'm like, all right, you know, we've been talking for a minute. I'm going to see what's up. But see, I'm the type of person, I'll make you think gonna go down the way you think it's gonna go down, and then when it's time to get there, it's not gonna happen like that. That's just how I be thinking in my mind. But at that time, I was lit, and I was like, you know what, we've been talking for a while, it's good, we gonna, you know what I'm saying, make this happen, because you're pressing the issue on me now. And not only that, I wanted to see in my mind, you feel me, what that hair be like. I had on a skirt at this time, so we telling the partner I'm walking with, I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, look, you're gonna go next door to my house. It's a abandoned car in the back. You gonna sit in the car and keep watch. You feel me? While I get some head in the back. You feel me? And she like, it's good. It's good. I'm like, all right, you keep watch. It's cool. You feel me? So the whole time I'm walking, you feel me? This girl that I'm in a relationship with, this is my first love. We were still together for 8 years. You feel me? Just singing in my ear. You feel me? Like finessing me in my ear. You feel me? Because we had took a little moment. Like we didn't completely jump to that. You know what I'm saying? Over time of us talking and growing closer, it eventually got to the point where her hormones is racing. And you feel me? It was top tier, you know? But in those day and ages, if you are a stud, but she was a stem, you know what I'm saying? But she portrayed herself as to be a stud. So her mission was to give it to me, not necessarily me give it to her, because I wouldn't have knew what I was doing. That's how it was in that day and age. You feel me? So as we're getting closer and closer to the house, I'm like, it's hot. Mind you, it's a hot day. Like probably like almost 100 degrees. This abandoned car in the back of my next door neighbor's house, which was some people I was hella cool with. Like, you know, they kids was my bro and sis still to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's good. At this point, I'm already ready. You feel me? I'm like, you didn't finesse my socks off all the way from the light rail station to to this car. You feel me? So it's good. I got on this skirt. Well, you feel me? I'm about to let the skirt make it happen. You feel me? We get in the car. Mind you, it's at this point, all my life, any confined spaces that's hot, I sweat bullets. I don't know why, but I just do. You feel me? So we in this car, I'm sweating bullets, right? The girl that we was with, that was supposed to be keeping watch, was not keeping watch because she was too busy watching us. You feel me? Which was funny because you supposed to be keeping watch. You not. You watching us. So she didn't waste no time. You feel me? Skirt went up. You feel me? She got to going to work. You feel me? And I'm like, la la land, bro. I'm like, oh my God. You feel me? So as I'm laying down in the back of this car, my eyes is closed because the shit is feeling so good, right? That I look up because, you know, I'm if it's good, I'm body language, noises, all that. I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? So as I go up and I'm looking out the car window, you feel me? And I open my eyes because I feel somebody. It is these people's house. The dad. You feel me? I'm cool with them. He knew who I was. He knew my name. But his reaction and the fact that I got caught doing that woke the whole neighborhood up. Now, mind you, this man, you feel me, does substances, and older people really don't have too much going on. So they can't wait to spill the ice water. And his reaction to the whole situation was just like, oh my God, everybody on this block is about to know what just happened right now. When I look down, we all know we busted. We get out the car, you feel me? And we act as if nothing happened. Whole time, this man is walking around, you feel me, his house, you feel me, just ecstatic at what he's just seen. And you gotta mind you, the apartments me and my mom and my grandma lived in is right next door. You feel me? I'm like, oh my God, I'm lit. So really, the consequences from that, I wasn't really tripping off of. You know, I'm more so like, damn, we just got caught. Now everybody knows that I'm into this girl and this woman. You know what I'm saying? And now it has to be put on the mainstream because it was not yet like that yet. I was still keeping it under wraps. You feel me? We get outside of the car and she goes her way and I go in the house. When I get ready to get to the stairs, my mom comes down the stairs. You feel me? Her reaction was not a reaction. But I didn't realize that this man was going to go tell my mom. You know what I'm saying? So she is just like ecstatic. Not really mad or nothing like that, but more so I think in shock. And she was not expecting that. And I think, you know, our parents got to realize, like, a lot of times as girls, we don't tell them things because we know how you guys are going to react already. I would have been comfortable telling you something like that if you made me feel comfortable. But due to the fact that, you feel me, I come from a religious, heterosexual family, and I was the only one that went outside the box, I didn't feel comfortable telling nobody, especially nobody in my family, and definitely not my mama. So the first reaction is, oh, why you didn't tell me? Why I had to find out like this? Woo, 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 woo. First of all, you didn't make me feel comfortable in telling you that from the gate. So that's why it was a secret, and that's why I hid it. Second of all, you feel me? I was horny. So did I expect for you to find out like that? No. But that's what happened. And that's what it is. And then after that, the relationship kind of became different. Not in the, you know, controlling or upset type of way, because my mom always tells me all the time, I knew it. I knew it. These signs you showed when you were younger that let me know that this was going to happen for you in life. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it was. But again, I didn't feel comfortable. I was still having one foot in and one foot out. Because when you have people who judge you and tell you, oh, why you do that? That's not normal. You get to second guessing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you really with it for real. You know? So from that day, once my mom found out, the relationship turned different, and the relationship with me and this girl got serious. Please make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe for part 2 and 3. Stay tuned, because the story gets real juicy.